Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and I certainly hope you're having a fine day. This is exactly my 175th YouTube video, and what does that mean to you? Probably absolutely nothing. But it's quite an accomplishment to me. 175 YouTube videos is a lot of videos, and I realize that there's people with 100 million videos on YouTube, and half of them don't make any sense or have no rhyme or reason or whatever have you. Okay, exactly what this video is about is a quick guide to vaping, if you will. I've made, if anybody's been following my channel, which I don't allow comments, so I don't know what's going on out there, because your opinion of me and what I do is irrelevant. I don't care. I've been around the internet for too long, and I'm too burned out on a bunch of smart asses. But if you're interested in quitting smoking or getting into vaping, you might want to pay attention to this last video that I'm doing on this subject of smoking / vaping, whatever have you. Now here, right off the get-go, I've done other videos. You can look at my other videos. But if you want to start, get a Kangaroo Tech Subbox Mini, okay? And there is, right here where my little finger's at, let me get this in frame. That's a stock tank. Let me get my hands up here. That's a stock tank that comes with. These tanks are very important, by the way. This is a 4.5 milliliter tank. It's got a single ohm coil in it. It works very, very well. It comes with the starter kit. You can get Sub-Tank Plus. I've been using this a lot through my nicotine or cigarette withdrawal period, which I've been nicotine and cigarette free for about a month and a half now. These pluses will cost you about 35 bones, 35 bucks or whatever have you. Real good tank here. This is made by Kangaroo Tech. Okay? If you want to know what a kit's going to cost you, here's a kit, a brand new kit. I haven't even opened into this thing. I just wanted to have an extra one around just in case, you know, but they come in white and black. There's the white one. And here's the starter kit in the black, which, you know, does that make any difference? No. But the point being is there's so many e-juices out there, so many contraptions, so many mods, so many different styles of mods that a lot of people look into the world of vaping and they go, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't blame you. I was lucky enough to have a younger brother that showed me the ropes and saved me one hell of a lot of money and frustration and everything else, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with you if you'll just pay attention. Okay, say my main concern with vaping is to get you off of cigarettes. If you want to ride them death sticks right into your grave, that's your business, because that's what's happening. You're putting so much poison in your body, it's unbelievable. You know it, and I know it, so let's don't bullshit each other. Okay, I really believe when you first get started to kick cigarettes, you need to use a tobacco-flavored e-juice. I have my reasons for saying that. Because if you get up onto the tutti frutti stuff, it's going to be too much of a change on your system. You'll be right back to smoking death sticks. You understand me? Well, God bless you. I hope you do. Okay, here's some stuff right here. This is called Mystique. I've already kind of made a few. Look at my other videos, ladies and gentlemen. I flash this stuff up here a lot. But since this is my last video, well, I want to do this right. So I don't get tempted to make another video and just keep doing this, because I'm not a vapor channel. But this Mystique, okay, let me hold up the box, is a tobacco-flavored e-juice. Right there. You can get it at misthub.com, and there's all kinds of places. It's actually called Hyper Ion. Mystique Vapor Hyper Ion. Right there. Now, you see that 12 mg/ml? Okay, when you first start, that is the nicotine level. Let me put that back up there again. Right there. Let me pull this in and out so my camera focuses on it, right? Well, I don't know if we're going to get focus here or what. But anyway, right there. 12 mg/ml, if I can hold this thing still. That's the nicotine level, okay? I would start out with a nicotine level of 12 milligrams, milliliters, 18 to 12, somewhere there. I wouldn't get nicotine too light, and I wouldn't get nicotine too heavy, like say up at anything past 24 or whatever have you, because you gotta emulate cigarettes, if you will. There's really no such a thing in the world of vaping as emulating cigarettes, but you need to get that sensation as close as you can, because if you don't, like I say, you'll be right back to smoking death sticks. Okay, here's another good one right here. I highly recommend this just as much as I do that Mystique. And this is called Space Jam Eclipse. I know you probably can't read that. I wish you could. Eclipse, and the little red letters down there. Maybe it'll, right there. Now it's focusing in. See where it says 12 mg/ml, that's a nicotine level, and Eclipse. It's tobacco flavored. It emulates tobacco, okay? But that's the trip. I am absolutely recommending the Kangertech line of Subbox Minis, and with a 0.5 ohm sub-ohm OCC coil, organic cotton coil, that comes with that kit, you'll see, and all that, because that's the fastest way to get started. The only bad thing about those Kangertechs is you need a battery charger. I've got videos on that. And, like that. The smoke, the newest outfit that I have, it's got internal lithium polymer batteries that you charge up. But looking at this and looking back the last 6 weeks since I started since I stopped smoking, I speak out of experience. And I really believe that the Subbox Minis are the way to go for a lot of reasons. For one reason, they're economical and they don't use up a lot of e-juice. You can use off of one battery, you can power the unit for 48 hours or so, where this smoke I'm getting about ready to show you, this M80, it's not quite like that. This guy right here is it's a vape. They all do the same thing, okay? But this guy right here is a real cloud former, a real cloud burst, a real cloud, and the world of vaping, they call it cloud chasing, but I bought this guy right here. I really didn't even need an extra vaporizer, because in the world of vaping, they call it having shiny-itis, when you got to have the latest, greatest vaporizing unit and the hottest tank out. This right here is a pretty hot little tank that Smoke's got out. It's an it's a TFV4. Okay, it's a triple ohm and a quadruple ohm tank. Okay, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to get into these cloud making machines in order to kick cigarettes and whatever have you. I just want to make that perfectly clear. But my advice is to get you an e-juice, just like them ones I showed you, that's a little higher in nicotine, tobacco flavored, and try to get it so that the VG, that's vegetable glycerin, is a little on the high side and all that. Because if you start getting into the tutti frutti flavors and do all kinds of crazy stuff right off the get-go, guess what? You ain't going to kick cigarettes, because you're not going to be able to emulate that cigarette thing until you can get over the addiction. Do you follow me? And then from there, say you're a month into it, a couple months into it, then you can start playing around with the real smooth e-juices, lower nicotine level, and all that kind of stuff. But to give you an example, like right now, I'm smoking on this stuff. Let me find it right here. And this is some very nice stuff. It's called Cutwood Boss Reserve. It's cereal flavored, okay? Let me get this in the center. It's cereal flavored with a hint of fruit in it and a hint of milk and all that kind of stuff like that. But this is only 6 ml on the nicotine, and believe you me, it's very, very smooth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you first get into the world of vaping, Don't beat yourself up, because there's those ego or eco sticks. They've got those kind. There's all kinds of contraptions out there, because the thing of it is, the vaping industry, ladies and gentlemen, is going head to head with the tobacco companies. And you know what kind of fervor that's creating, because the tobacco industry generates billions, millions of billions. Counting the health care that's involved, the stop smoking aids, the cost of cigarettes themselves, and on and on and on. We're talking a multi-billion-dollar industry that's scared to do one thing: screw up and furk up your health. Bottom line. And vaping is just an aid to get you off of cigarettes. Some people just vape because they like it. Okay? But this video right here, I'm already going to call it my quick guide to vaping. But my recommendation is to get one of those Kanger sub box minis. It costs about $65. You need to get a couple of batteries, a couple of those rechargeable, what are they, 18650 batteries. You'll see, you know, lots of vendors on the internet or whatever have you. And I've already got videos out on all that kind of stuff, so I don't need to cover that. But that's one thing about this smoke, this X Pro M80 Plus. It's got internal batteries, and I don't, you know, I just plug it into USB on my computer. It takes about 3 hours to charge. But this tank right here is, even though this tank right here is a bigger tank, this tank right here has got a much smaller, it's got a single coil setup in it. This tank right here has got a triple coil setup in it. I mean, this is a one cloud-making jobber. But when you first start vaping, the point is, you're not going to be able to chuck clouds. That was the term I was looking for. But you don't want to do that anyway. You want to get off of death sticks. That's the point. In my last video here, this is the last video I'm making, because there's no way on vaping, smoking, any of that stuff. There's no way, ladies and gentlemen, that I can keep up with all the new advances and all these different, you know, vaporizers and tanks and coils and stuff they're coming out with. No way. Because this is a big ass business, because they're going head to head with the tobacco companies. Everybody's buying for your help. Probably the best thing a person can do on the face of this planet is don't do any of it. But if you've been chronically hooked to cigarettes, commercial tobacco products, you know what I'm talking about. One of the fastest and best ways to get off is just simply get into vaping. Now, a lot of people say, I can't afford it. Bullshit. That's bullshit. My cigarette habit was costing me over $600 a month, and my initial investment to get into vaping, I've spent just a little bit more than that now, but my initial investment was $130. So I don't know what kind of math that you do, but $600 is a far cry away from $130. Okay? Simple as that. Okay, so, but the whole point of this video is I would start off with those Kangertech sub-box minis, get you some tobacco-flavored e-juice like what I showed you, get around, 12, 18 ml like that, and you'll learn, if you watch my other videos and other people's videos, you'll learn how to dial all in, and then I would buy just one bottle right off the get-go, because you might be able to, I sucked on tobacco-flavored e-juices for a whole month before I finally switched, and I just barely switched here the other day, and I'm in seventh heaven, because I'm no longer having to emulate tobacco smoke to cure my once habit that I do not have anymore. And like I say, this is absolutely the last video I'm going to make. I'm no expert on this subject of vaping. I don't run a vapor shop or anything like that. But I just know that vaping is absolutely, positively will work to get you off of cigarettes as long as you know what the hell you're doing. It took you X amount of years to get addicted to cigarettes, and it's going to take you. Vaping isn't going to do it for you overnight. But I'm going to tell you this little secret here, what I did. Every time I wanted a cigarette during my Jones or withdrawal period, you know what I did? I just leaned on my vaporizer all the harder. And I'm talking about this Kangertech Subbox Mini, okay? Not this guy right here. This Smoke M80 is something brand new for me. It's a real cloud maker and all that kind of stuff. And it's really not necessary to own something. That's another point here in the very beginning. You simply want to get that Kangertech Subbox Mini Starter Kit and get you some tobacco-flavored e-juices. I recommend around, 12, 18 ml mg on the nicotine, and you're off to the races. And that's really all I've got to say about it. And the rest of the vaping world, I'm all well and happy for these people because there's literally hundreds of them little cigarette things, mechanical mods, and all kinds of mods and drip systems and all this and that. But for my money, I was able to quit with a Kangertech Subbox Mini and not any of these other systems out there. That starter kit's going to cost you, like I say, around a $65 bill, and you will need some batteries and you will need a charger. Okay, I'm about wore out, and how long is this video? I know it's way long. Oh, God. 16. I don't like making long YouTube videos. But I'm passionate about this because out there I know there's somebody desperately wanting to quit smoking cigarettes. And look here, pal, missy, sir, whoever you are. If I can do it, you can do it. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And I'm an old, injured, gooped-up Vietnam veteran. And I disgruntled Vietnam veteran on top of it. And if there's anybody that's got a reason to smoke or whatever, it's me. And because I've got a lot of bones to pick. I got a little war going on side with me with the United States government that I ain't settled yet. I know some things about that MIA POW issue, but I'm not here to talk about that. Okay. Let's have a vape here. Now, this is the Cloud Maker, this M80, the Smoke M80, but that's all I've really got to say. You can quit smoking if you want to by using vaping, and I just explained to you why. So let's have a vape or two, okay? I'm getting nervous. I'm just kidding. Okay, that's what they call a direct lung hit. When you first start vaping, you won't be able to do a direct lung hit. It takes a little bit of practice. And you're saying, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Well, don't do it. You can do mouth to lung hits, okay? So don't get nervous on me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby man. Because this vapor, it has a unique way, especially if you get the smooth stuff, because that's what I've been working on, is getting the smoothest e-juice I possibly can. I've got a text file where I've gathered up 36 names of different name brand e-juices that are, and I even did a file here the other day on smooth e-juices, because that's where I'm at right now. Not this raspy kind of stuff. But when you first get off of cigarettes, you'd better do what I got done saying, or you'll be right back on these death sticks. Guarantee ya. Yeah, this bugger can put out some smoke. Everybody's probably going, gee, this guy ain't saying nothing. He's just sitting here blowing smoke. What the hell do you think you're doing with cigarettes? Cigarettes is a great big conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not. There's over 60,000 toxins and poisons and 1,000 in cigarettes, and there's 60 known carcinogens. None of this has been proved with vaping because everything that goes into e-juice and all that kind of stuff is food-grade products. Did you hear me? Food-grade stuff. Yeah, this one here likes to whistle a lot just because it's a big mod. That's another thing. You try to take hits like that off of a cigarette or off of a cigar, and you're going to be hacking your guts out till noon, brothers and sisters. Are you hearing me? You know, this vaping is totally different than the world of smoking. This is what you got to get in your cranium. Okay, that's enough. And this is absolutely the last video that I'm making about vaping or quitting smoking cigarettes or any of that. If you want to quit smoking cigarettes bad enough, you will. Irregardless of whether I crank out a few videos or not. Because it's probably anybody that peeks in on my channel, they're probably going to think that that's what I am, as a chronic vapor person. But if you go back to the very beginning, say 10 videos ago, you'll see that I started off as a noob. I put down cigarettes, took up vaping, and here I sit now. And that's the God's truth. And when I set my last cigarette down, I set it down for good. And these little jobbers right here, known as vaporizers, help me out a lot. And they can help you out a lot too if you just do what I just got done telling you. It's as simple as that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a fine vape day. Adios, my friends.